everybody. It's Amy from Amy J's Creations. Yes, I am still alive. Sorry, it's a little bit late. This is Flosstube number 38. And I took an extra week. I had a lot of finishes I wanted to get done. And quite honestly, I did something with my shoulder. I'm at that age where, you sleep wrong and you wake up with a broken bone. So that's kind of what happened to me. I don't know what's happening, but stitching is really exacerbating it. And so I took a week to just stitch very minimally and do a lot of finishes and enjoy time with my daughter. We watched Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 yesterday and hung out with my other daughter on another day and just kind of enjoyed their vacation. But I'm back and I have much to show you, including all those finishes. In fact, I have so many finishes that I'm going to start with whips because there's only 2. So the first one is today's weather is horrible and I have on all these extra lights in my house and I don't know if it's going to help. But yeah, it's a rainy, cold day. Outside, very dark and dreary. This is my Stitch All the Things progress. I'm going to try to get up here so you can see. That light is horrible, but if I turn it off, let's see what happens if I turn it off. It could be okay. Yeah, I'm doing this. I joined in on Stitchy Sally and Frosty X Stitch Dawn. Their stitch along. I just invited myself, and Sally and Dawn are super nice, and so they let me, and there's a few other people. We stitch it on every Monday. So now the first Monday I had like part of the S, and that was it because I didn't start stitching until very late at night. But this last Monday I got quite a bit in. I did all the stitch, all the scissors, and I got part of the all. I am using, this is a 18 count Ada, white, just plain old white, but I am using my flosses from Color Fever, Francisca. She has a shop, an Etsy shop. She is here in Switzerland. She dyes cottons and floss. They are absolutely gorgeous. And she's making a special color for Stitch Basel, and she's coming to Stitch Basel with lots of her wares to sell. You want to come and see these gorgeous colors in person if possible. But if not, go to her Etsy shop. So there's that. I am really, really loving this. Yeah, super fun. The variegation is right up my alley. Enough to be noticeable, but the design didn't loan itself to like the crazy variegation. So that was good. Okay. My second whip that I've been working on, is this cute little freebie from Doreen Jones. It's Little Hedgehog Biscornu. And I am at the part where I'm just doing some of the backstitch. Now, I'm going to show you the pattern. Because it's a free pattern, you join her Facebook page and you can get it. But if you'll notice, there's a bunch more detail on there than there is on here. Let me explain. This is a free chart, so I'm not upset in any way. It says the stitches are 51 by 51. But if you look on the pattern, it shows that it's only 50 wide. And so that threw me off. So I followed the pattern and counted 50 across, but then there's not enough space in between some of the designs. So I didn't have space to do like the thing of flowers in between each middle because my hedgehogs were too close. And my leaves are a little bit messed up, but I don't care. But it's going to be a tiny, tiny little Biscornu. It's going to be super cute. She only provides the top. And then, but basically what I'm going to do is just stitch a square for the bottom, and I might do just the what are these things called? Mushrooms and acorns in the corner for the other, for the bottom part. But that is super fun. It's going to be my first Biscornu ever. And yeah, super, super cute. Love it. And great autumn colors. So that is, neither of these whips are on my whip go. Because my other whip, I finished. That was a whip go call. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Are you so wishing you had this? Now, the first week I stitched this while we were watching Andor. And then I got too excited and I just kept stitching and stitching and stitching. Yeah, that doesn't really help. Stitching and stitching and stitching. And then Andor got too exciting and I couldn't stitch while I watched it. I had to just sit there and stare at the screen the whole time and like not miss anything. But yeah, it's done. It's done, baby. It's not finished yet, but oh my gosh. Now, the thing with this pattern is this is from Oh My Stitches shop, okay? But as you can see, it is a pattern of a licensed, copyrighted, Disney-owned thing. And they are very, very strict about their copyright, okay? So, it's not listed in her shop anymore. So, message her directly and she may be able to work something out with you. It's absolutely fantastic. I changed to the colors. Down here, this green area is supposed to be 2 shades of gray. And I changed it to green. But everything else is called for colors. This is on a 32 count opalescent from Zweigart. See the little thing there? And oh my gosh, it's just awesome. It's just awesome. Now, it is full coverage, but it's an odd shape so that I knew enough of the pattern was going to show around that using that opalescent would be worth it. I did not start my next whip go piece because I was, like I said, I was in more of a Halloween mood. It's a Christmas ornament. I wanted to finish that Biscornu. I'm having a lot of fun with that. And again, my shoulder hurt. And so I was like, I'm just going to catch up with finishes. I've still got plenty of time left in the month to do the other, to do the little ornament. I'm starting to get nervous because all these finishes are piling up. So the first one I did was for my son's birthday, which we had to do a delayed celebration because I was sick. And that is this. Now this is just a plain black frame. What's that word called? I laced it. There we go. I laced it myself. Plain black frame for $3 that I found at the thrift store. I did add the beads and he loves it. Now, if you remember my last Flosstube, I was talking about trying to dye my own black coffee. As you can see, I did not dye a black coffee substitute. However, this was like try number 4. I wanted to get this stupid thing finished. And I decided that because this was his other wing folded over, it was okay that it was a slightly different color. And I have to say, yeah, it's fine. There's a little bit in here too, but you know what? From far away, it just looks like black bat, right? Like, and my son was super appreciative. He's like, he loved the quote. He's like, where did you, what is it? What? Like, speechless. He really liked it because he does love the shade and the shadow and likes to be alone with his thoughts. And there's a running joke with one of his friends from school for years that she calls him a vampire. And so anyway, he just loved it. And the fall leaves, his birthday September 24th, like it's a fall birthday. So yeah, he really, really liked it. And I asked him very kindly if I could borrow it for filming, and he said yes. So here it is. So good. This is Lindy Stitches, Dracula's Confessions. Okay, I don't know what happened there. This is Lindy Stitches, Dracula's Confessions. I'm going to have to do some editing. I'm not sure what just happened there. But anyway, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. So then somebody was like, in one of my, well, it was Becky, my friend Becky, who she and I did a stitch along for the Pine Needles Christmas thing last year, and then we did a Halloween one, and then there was an autumn one that was for Picker and Pumpkin, and she and I both did that. I mean, lots of other people did too, but she and I did that. And she was like, oh, I was hoping to see a finish, and I had not had a finish. Well, I got inspired, got knuckled down, dug through all my stuff, and found this. So this is on a canvas board. And then this, well, this is just, sorry, this is matte board, and this is a thicker canvas board because originally I was just going to make it a flat fold. And then I decided, I found this little gold frame, and there's just a little bit of the white showing through, and I think it works. I think it works. Because this is the matte that the frame came through, because this was not quite big enough. So I just glued this onto the matte. And there you go. My youngest daughter helped me decide. I had 2 different colors of brown ribbon out. These would have been really cute as leaves. And I was going to try, I had printed out like leaf shapes to trace onto felt. But then I found these flowers that were felt that were already cut out. This one I hand cut, and you can tell it's kind of wonky. And I just decided to use those instead because there are flowers on here too. And they're fall colors. And then these little acorn wood things I had in my stash of crafts to be finished one day. I added the black stripy lines because otherwise they looked a little bit too much like funky fingernails. But with the dashed lines, you could tell they were acorns. Added a little pearl to this felt button, felt flower, and there you go. So that is my autumn, what did she call this? Autumn sampler from Pinker and Pumpkin blog. She has all free patterns. She does not have like a Ko-fi link or anything. I wish she did. She is so talented and so kind, and I want to support her financially. But there you go. She doesn't want to be bothered, I guess. But so cute. So, there's that finish. Oh, and this was a frame from IKEA. Yay, IKEA. Okay, so I was on a roll. And then I said, hey, I'm going to finish this Christmas pattern that I finished 1 billion years ago. It's gonna be Christmas time soon. Let's get this finished. So here is my nativity scene. Now this could have been pulled a little tighter, and I may take that out and readjust that. But, oh, this is on thicker foam cord, and I pinned it because my stitching was like the fabric had gotten warped. Now I washed this and kind of laid it flat to dry, but somehow it was slightly skitty-wampus. So I definitely needed to pin it to get it as straight as possible. And then I covered up the pinning with, I took some yarn, 2 different thicknesses of yarn, and crocheted just a single chain of the green, glued that around, and then added the gold on top, because it was too thick for cording. And this type of kind of serious, solemn nativity scene did not lend itself to rickrack or pom-poms, right? It needed something a little more sedated. So that's what it got. And this is some fabric that I had in my stash. And again, a good old IKEA frame. Now, my family is funny. My husband already had me take the halos off because he didn't like that. And my daughter, when I showed it to her, she goes, wow, that's a really Catholic looking painting. And I'm like, well, yeah, I think it's based off of one that's in a cathedral or something somewhere. I don't know. It totally looks like it could. That's no shame on Catholic art in any way. It's simply that we live in Europe where you visit a lot of cathedrals, and there is a certain style of painting and religious art that you just go, oh yeah, that's the Catholic Church commissioned that kind of a thing. And so this seems like that. But I just love it. I love the background. I love how the single strand half stitch in the back gives those animals and the stable and the angels, it's there, but they're in the background because the main thing is the Holy Family. I love this piece, and I'm so happy it's done and can get hung up for Christmas. So, love it, love it, love it. And thank you to my friend Ina, Stitchy Ina on Instagram, because she's the one who gave me the foam core board. She ordered a bunch, and a whole bunch came, and she shared some with me. Thank you very much. That came in handy. Okay, so now I'm on a Christmas roll, right? And I've got that gorgeous red fabric out. So what do? I finish my Santas. And did I finish them all the same? Yes, I did. Let's see, here's 2. But, I will try to show you. I can't show you all 7, but I can and do you hear that? That cute little tinkling? Okay, so let me tell you what I did. So, this is just mat board. Put this on, and I did it really nice and tight around the edge. Cut these 2 out, glued them together. Now, originally, I was going to be lazy and cheap and save my mat board because it's a little tricky to come by over here in the boondocks of nowhere, Europe. And I was just going to add felt onto the back. And then I was like, here's the thing. I don't want to waste my good wool felt on this. But at the same time, if I use that cheap felt that you just get at like the craft section of the store, it's going to get all, it gets kind of bumpy and lumpy and what's that when a sweater gets the little nubs on it. And I knew from packing and unpacking that eventually that would happen to the felt. And I'm like, no, these are nice ornaments that I want to last for a long time. So I went ahead and used the fabric on the back as well, and I'm very happy with that. These bells, every Christmas, Lindt Chocolate Factory makes bears and Santas in the shape of chocolate, out of chocolate, right? And around them, around the neck, the outside packaging has a cord, a ribbon, and a bell. And I have been saving these bells religiously for years. I have a whole bunch of them. There's round bells that I'm going to use on my Hometown Holidays finish. And then I had these bells. And I went, yeah, I want those. I want those on my thing. So I did. Put some ribbon in between, tied a simple bow, and then just glued on a little green button from my stash. I didn't want too much. I even purposely chose this thin bow so that as it came down and kind of covered some of the stitching, you can still see it. Because I want these to be the star of the show, not the finishing. I want it to be the Santas. So, and I didn't have enough buttons to do them all the same, but there's 3 of one button and 4 of another, and that's the only change. The rest of the finishing is all exactly the same, and I am so thrilled. I cannot wait to have these on my tree this year. They're gonna look awesome. I hemmed and hawed about what color of fabric, because at first I was going to do green because the red on the Santas is so prominent. But the thing is, they're going on the tree, which is already green. I want them to stand out, not blend in. So I did green. And I did red. On my tree, I have strict rules. It's all gold and red or like see-through iridescent ornaments, but very few of the iridescent. They're mostly red and gold. Then I was like, oh, my daughter's bookmark that I finished a long time ago, and all I needed to do was have this top stitching done around the side to finish it. So I finally did that, so she can have that when she comes back. I meant to send it back with her in the end of summer, but there was some crazy stuff going on in our family, as you know, and I didn't get to it. So there's that completely done. And then I had the sewing machine out, which I haven't had out or able to in the spot where I could use it for months, like since before, oh gosh, since before Christmas, since before summer vacation. And even then it was only on sometimes because it was in my son's room. So I took my other stitch. Now this is from Helen D. It's a free pattern that you can find, and I turned it into a project bag. And I mean, I don't know about you, but in my world, the two best colors in the whole world are teal, turquoise teal, and purple in all its shades. And I love anything glittery. So this bag right here, if somebody wants this bag, they'd have to pay me like $1 million. And I'm not even exaggerating because I love this thing so much. The vinyl front, purple zipper with it's a hidden zipper. Oh, I'm so happy. So another one of my finishes fully finished into a project bag, which is what I had intended. And yes, I left quite a bit of room around because I love that sparkly opalescent fabric. And and there you go. That's what I've been doing. Away for 3 weeks, and I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 finishes. And I got my house all decorated for Halloween. So that was awesome. So now what are my future plans? My future plans are I want to finish my hedgehog biscornu. I want to go work on my anchor ornament, but also I kind of, in putting up my Halloween decorations, I've decided I want a few more smalls. And so I've picked out from the Halloween ornament edition last year of the Cross Stitch magazine, I've picked out, there was a larger one. Let me see, excuse me, close up of my head. Oh, I have it right open here. Okay, so there's this finish, and what I'm going to do is cross stitch these 4 guys individually to make little ornaments and hang them up. And I'm trying to decide, I've got my fake murky that I tried myself. I've got a light purpley thing that somebody else dyed. It's like purple with modeling. Can you see that modeling? Hold on. Yeah, you can. Or I could do them on white, what the other little ornaments are. My only problem with that is I'm afraid then this guy wouldn't stand out very well. So yeah, I wanna work on those. But first I gotta get my shoulder, because even like hand sewing the corners on all of these so that they're nice and crisp corners, that was hurting my shoulder. I don't know what I did, but yeah. So that's it for me. I will say we're going to keep checking Facebook and Instagram for Stitch Basel updates. We're having a meeting tonight to discuss everything, finalize some stuff, and then we will be making a very big official announcement. I want to give love to everybody who's been watching me and leaving comments. I started these floss tubes because I felt lonely and I wanted to give a face to people who I had been following their floss tubes and commenting all the time, like give them a chance to see what I looked like and hopefully make some friends. And I have totally done that. I've made in real life friends, and I'm going to be meeting more of them at Stuttgart next month. I have made lots of online friends where I know exactly, I see their name and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Becky. Oh yeah, that's Daniela. Oh yeah, that's Sue. And that's fantastic. So all I ever wanted, I have gotten, and I'm still occasionally getting a couple new people here and there. Then I lose a few people. So my numbers haven't really changed, but I'm hoping that the people who leave, it's just they're not that interested, but the new people are. And that's what I want. I'd rather have a few really actual good friends than just, thousands of randos. So, yeah. Although if you are a rando, stay around until you become a friend, because that would be awesome too. And yeah, did you notice, as an aside, my nice fake eyelashes? This is a little personal life. So when I get super stressed or overtired because I can't sleep because I'm super stressed, I've done this since I was little, I pull out my eyelashes, which I know is super creepy and weird, but that's what I do. And last night I pulled out too many, and it wasn't so much that I'm super stressed, but I'm kind of stressed and I was overtired. Anyway, so to film today, I had to put on falsies, or else you would be like, what is wrong with that woman? So until they grow back, I'll be sporting some false lashes. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I will try to come back again in 2 weeks. Thanks. Bye. Cheers.